What's up? What's up? Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are right now. If you are new in my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, all right? So that you will receive an updated when I uploading a new videos. Okay. Today our topic is what is the partial discharge? What is the partial discharge? So let me go through to read this. Where it happens inside voids, cracks, or weak spots of insulation, solid, liquid, or gas filled. So why it's matter? Partial discharge is often first sign of insulation deterioration, which can lead to catastrophic equipment failure if undetected. So we're talking about cables, guys. So cables is always very critical in our electrical industry. So we are connecting our cable and we need to test carefully and check carefully any damages of our cables before we are installing and proceeding to our commissioning and handover. So any activities and can be damage of our cable, it's very danger. It will be catastrophic. So partial discharge, localized electrical breakdown that occurs within the insulation of medium and high voltage equipment. It doesn't completely breaks the conductor, but it damages insulation over time, leading the eventual failure. So remember this. So even though we are, for example, you are the inspector and then you are agreeing some of the damages of the cables that which needs to be rectified, you ask the contractor, or even you are the contractor, ask the construction team, your team, that's to be rectified. This will be uh, protecting in the later on future. It will be damaged, as you can see here. So high voltage equipment, it doesn't completely breaks the conductor, but it damages the insulation over time. Okay, so common sources, cable joints and termination. This is our common sources when you are doing the activities: transformer bushing, switchgear, motors, and generators. So what is the partial discharge? Predictive maintenance tool used to detect and monitor this discharge before they cause failure. So that's why in our operation maintenance team, they need to very careful about these kinds of activities. So we are in the maintenance. Of course, you need to know about this kind of activities. Okay. So key testing methods: offline partial discharge testing. Equipment is de-energized using during commissioning or scheduled maintenance. Online PD monitoring. Equipment remains energized, ideal for continuous health tracking. Okay, this is for the operation and maintenance team. So measurement techniques. IEC 60 to 70 standard defines the partial discharge measure using AC or DC voltages. Sensor and coupling device analysis software. Okay, and then what is the benefits? Detections insulation defects earlier, prevents unplanned outage, verifies installation quality, extends asset life. So okay, and then what is crucial for your work? That's very crucial. So in oil and gas industries, that's what we are working right now. So where electrical reliability and safety is paramount. So partial discharge testing can help to improve the verification and checking of all the assets. Okay, validate new installation, either water injection pumps, radio repeater, etc. Okay, as I mentioned, switch gears, motors, cables, monitoring transformer, monitoring aging infrastructure, prioritize repair based on risk. So partial discharge is localized electrical breakdown in insulations that doesn't fully bridge conductor. It's a sign of insulation weakness, often caused by voids of cracks in solid insulation, sharp edges of pore termination, moisture or contamination, aging or mechanical stress. So this is the main issue, guys, if you are working in the industry. Okay, so you should be very careful about this, and don't want any agreeing about these kinds of behaviors that we are found in during the construction states. We are the inspector as well. Okay, so partial discharge testing method. This is the methods of how to do the testing from offline, online, and transient and ultrasonic testing and UHF testing. So PD testing setup checklist. Here's the simplified checklist for setting up partial discharge testing on transformer or switchgear. Preparation, review equipment specification and insulation type. Identify critical tests for bushing, joints, terminations. Ensure grounding and insulation procedures are in place. Of course, you follow the procedures. We have a procedures and we have a manual procedures coming from the vendors as well. Okay. Equipment. What kind of equipment? Partial discharge detector, IEC, uh, international standard, OC, coupling capacitor as sensors, oscilloscope, shelled cables, and connector. So execution, guys. Apply test voltage offline or monitor live signal online. Record partial discharge pulses and patterns. Analyze and phase resolve. Compare against baseline manufacturer threshold. Okay. So why is that matter? In our oil industries installation and water injections and any other facilities, so you need to do this very important. Validate insulation integrity before energizing, detect early signs of corrosions, moisture increases, prevent costly downtime, ensure safety compliance. That's why it's matter. Okay, so measurement of partial discharge, perhaps most significant factory testing made the insulations extrude partial discharge. Even though, guys, we are doing the testings in our factory, as I attended the factory acceptance testings of our cables, this is always we do this and verify, even though, okay, it's a passing this partial discharge during the testing of the manufacturing. Okay, partial discharge detection is records partial discharge, and then this is our information, guys, that you need to know. So I just putting here. So partial discharge can also detect at system voltage with special sensor connected splice termination using the frequency spectrum of the discharges. Summary, cable system tested. The field shows the partial discharge level compared compatible and obtained factory tests and cable accessories. It's the most convincing evidence that cable system is excellent condition. So that's all, guys, for your informations about the partial discharge. So see you.